Hello. So glad to see you. I'm Allison Kinnear. And today I wanted to talk about don't believe everything you think. So I saw this phrase for the first time on the bumper. I saw it on a bumper sticker on my therapist's car. And I thought that is a really interesting bumper sticker to have. Don't believe everything you think, especially when you're a therapist. Like every time I'd pass her car, I would just be like, what does that even mean? What does it mean? Don't believe everything you think. Shouldn't we believe ourselves? Shouldn't we believe in what we think? Shouldn't we stand for what we think? Like why is my therapist, my highly skilled therapist, driving around with this bumper sticker that says don't believe everything you think? And it took me some time and I really wrestled with it. Like I would get annoyed every week that I would be passing by her car and going, don't believe everything you think. I don't get it. But over time, what I have realized is that our minds, our, not even our minds, it's like our anxiety, our fear, our depression, our grief, our shame can tell us a lot of things. It can tell us a whole bunch of stories of things about ourselves, of things that may happen, of things that are happening around us. We have to be really careful about the things we think and what we believe or what we don't. And so, one of the things that just stirs in me I, is this anxiety is a liar, right? Like, anxiety does not always tell the truth. When we are in fear, that anxiety can be such a liar. And so those are the things we think that it becomes important not to always believe because we can tell ourselves some pretty hefty lies. So what do you do? Right? Like how do you know? How do you know what do you believe when you're thinking something and what do you not believe? How do you discern? How do you pull those two things apart and go, okay, wait a second, which one of these is a truth and which one of these is a lie? And what helps us get to that discerning place, first of all, let me tell you what I find, how I know that I'm not in a place of discernment is when I'm feeling the spin. When my mind is going, well, wait, if it's this, then what if it's that? And what if it's this? And what if it's that? And it's like a Rubik's Cube that I am like constantly twisting and turning and twisting and turning. When that energy is happening in my mind, I know that discernment is less possible because I'm not fact checking. I'm not even checking to see if what I'm Rubik's cubing and twisting around are even true. I haven't fact checked those. The things that really bring me into a spin are those thoughts that, you know, elicit some emotion in me that gets me spinning, but I can't exactly I haven't yet fact checked them to see, is that true? Is it partially true? Is it a little misleading? Is there some information that's missing? Right? Like we fact check, journalism or data, right? We want to fact check that. We don't fact check our thoughts. But if we take a moment to fact check our thoughts and go, hold on a sec, is this true? Is this an old story? Is this true about this person in this situation? Then when we are dealing with that information, we're a little less like frantic, a little less frenetic. So, um, so I know, and when I've got that frenetic energy, I'm not in my discernment, and so I pause, I fact check, and then I get really still. I get in my body and really still, and I ask myself, what are the emotions that are here that need to be felt? Because when our amygdala, that's where our emotions are, when that's kind of flooding and clouding our prefrontal cortex, we need to feel these emotions first so we can get our thinking brain back online. And so it's stopping the spin, being with the feeling, and then thinking. Then we can believe. Then we can trust ourselves. You know, there are times when the whole world is saying, "Oh, this is a great thing." I remember when I was about to leave Google, and people were like, "Why would you ever leave Google?" That was like very confusing for a lot of people. Why would you ever leave Google? But I knew there was something deep inside of me that knew it was time. And I had to get clear about that because if I were to listen to everyone else and all of the things that other people were saying, that could really confuse me. And then maybe I would stay, then maybe I would delay it. But I had to get really clear in me first because it doesn't matter what other people are saying, it's my lived experience, right? So I am the one going to the job. I am the one having the experiences that I'm having, and I am the one who ultimately gets to decide what to do with me in my life. And so I have to be really careful about what I choose to believe because it's really easy to think lots of things that can pull you off course. But when we can stop the swirl, fact check ourselves, get a little quiet, get back into our bodies, feel our feelings, then we know that we can move confidently. We can move confidently in the direction that we want to go in. And we can believe ourselves no matter what anybody throws our way. So that's what I have for you today. I am still in the middle of moving and unpacking, but you can see my office is it's empty though. You should see. There's nothing around me. Need to get some chairs or a couch or something. Still in the process. I've been taking the last couple of days off, and that has been really wonderful and restorative. So thank you to everyone for being here along for the journey. There is more to come. More to come. So, oh, and thank you, Cheryl. It's a great one. I've thought some very dark things that have no basis in reality. I can't afford to believe them. Yes, Cheryl. Absolutely. We can't afford to believe those dark thoughts. 100%. And sometimes we need a lot of courage to believe hard truths. It's like both and, right? Sometimes there are dark thoughts that have no basis in reality, and we have to be careful to not believe them. And sometimes there are hard truths that we need to reckon with and believe them. Both things can be true. And so being in that place of discernment becomes really important. Really important so we can tease out and know the difference. All right. Have a wonderful week. I will see you here next week. Bye.